One of the remarkable transformations in the modern era of the state of Israel is how Israel has become a water superpower. It was only a number of years ago, 1 or 2 decades ago, I remember studying in yeshiva and reading in the Israeli press that they were thinking of having to import water from Greece. There was such a shortage of water for agriculture and drinking water with the shortage of rain that they didn't know what they were going to do. And here we are, about 20 years later in the year 2017, and Israel is not only a world superpower, but its technology is being exported around the world and seems to have offered some of the important solutions to water scarcity, one of the major issues facing the world in the 21st century. How did Israel do it? How did Israel go from being so scarce with water, with so little rain, to one which is water abundant, as we mentioned? Incredible, ingenious, single-minded focus on the necessity for water and unbelievable results. There have been a number of incredible results. Firstly, desalination. Israel has been able to be a world leader. It has the largest desalination plant in the world, the Sorek plant, not far from where we live here in Yad Binyamin in Israel, where Israel is able to convert 165 million gallons a day in this one plant of salt seawater from the Mediterranean to drinkable water. Within 90 minutes, an hour and a half, one can take salt water and have it purified and ready to drink. Secondly, Israel's been able to purify sewage water to such a degree that 85% of Israel's sewage, the water from baths, from showers, from going to the bathroom, etc., is reusable. The closest country to Israel, I think, is France, at least Spain. About 15% of its sewage water is reused. Almost 90% of Israel's sewage water is reused mainly for agriculture. In fact, almost all of the water for agricultural purposes in Israel comes from purified sewage water. An amazing plant called the Shafdan facility in Tel Aviv is one of the leading plants in the world. Israel's well-known drip irrigation and other conservation methods, Israel has become a world leader. Incredible it is to live in a country where the scarcity of this priceless commodity in many places around the world is now something that Israel has managed to master with Siyata Deshmaya and be able to export around the world. In fact, I was reading recently in this incredible book called Let There Be Water by Seth M. Siegel, where he analyzes the water crisis, and a lot of what I've said now comes from this book. He says that Israel is the only country in the world that has today less desert space than it did 50 years ago. Desertification, as it's known, is a major problem in arid regions, and Israel is the only country, as we mentioned, that is able somehow to make the desert bloom. And I want to say in conclusion that this has spiritual basis. We're in the month of Shvat. Shvat is the month to appreciate the land of Israel, as we've been doing the last number of weeks, the Rosh Hashanah Le'ilanot. It's also the month which the Brighted Rabbi Ishmael says is the month which always coincides with Aquarius, the zodiac sign of Aquarius, which is in fact the month of water. It's the rainfall month in the northern hemisphere. And finally, I want to say that as we're about to receive the Torah in Parashat Yitro, it is amazing that the parashat leading up to Yitro, Beshalach, is all about a shortage of water. In Beshalach, on 2 occasions, we see, straight after the splitting of the sea, as Bnei Israel come into the desert, that they struggle with a shortage of water. The first time in Marah, Moshe Rabbeinu has to convert miraculously the bitter waters into sweet drinking water. And later on, after the manna has been provided, there's once again a shortage of water, and Moshe has to strike the rock in Masar Merivah and miraculously produce water. And here we are in the 21st century, where this has been done through incredible scientific genius. The bitter, non-drinkable or non-usable sewage water has been transformed into usable water for agricultural purposes, and indeed, salt water, which was seen as not only being bitter but not drinkable, has been able to be converted into the sweet waters of drinking water, which almost all of Israel's household water today comes from the Mediterranean. And it seems, I say in conclusion, that before we're able to receive the Torah and delve into the depths of our spiritual reservoirs, because the Torah is also likened to water, it's our spiritual water which quenches our spiritual needs. just before we do that, almost at the same time, we have to also somehow find a way of resolving the basic physiological need of water in order to survive as a people. How blessed we are to live in such an era, to have a state of Israel which, over and above its many miracles and many scientific inventions and technologies which bring so much good not only to the Jewish people, to all of the world. Shvat, the month of the trees and appreciating the land of Israel, is the time to appreciate even this particular incredible transformation of Israel into a water superpower, bringing so much good and salvation not only to the Jewish people, but indeed to all countries around the world. Shabbat Shalom.